with that too. Should it be something number 5? How do we repatriate 50 million in the diaspora to Africa? This came with a link. Takes us to Twitter again. So the tweet says, the tweet is from I'm the coworker nobody loves. It says, these some lost souls. So many have failed. Let's see what.
I'm gonna walk down when I can't not. I'm gonna walk down when I can't take. I'm gonna walk down. Walk down.
Man, free Z5, man, free Z9, man, free Z7, man.
Free holiday, man.
Man, free holiday, man, free fun, free dude, man.
That's what I'm saying.
You feel me?
What is you saying?
Act right now.
Act right. Act like folk now.
Act like folk.
Act like folk now. Act like folk now.
All right, once again, StreamYard is tripping.
They got one at the top. You don't see them on the top. Tell them try. Go into move. And one on the other end. Go into move, please. Go into move. Please go into move.
Let's watch it one more time. It's short. Make sure we get it. Hopefully it plays straight through. It's just a 1-minute clip.
I'm gonna walk down when I can't not. I'm gonna walk down when I can't take. I'm gonna walk down.
Man, free Z5, man, free Z9, man, free Z7, man.
Free holiday, man.
Man, free holiday, man, free fun, free dude, man.
That's what I'm saying.
You feel me?
What is you saying?
Act right now.
Act right. Act like folk now.
Act like folk.
Act like folk now. Act like folk now. They got one at the top. You don't see them on the top. Tell them try. Go into move. And one on the other end. Go into move, please. Go into move. Please go into move.
Oh boy. How do we repatriate? Should be something number 5. How do we repatriate 50 million in the diaspora to Africa? Let me get some more comments from you guys out there in the chat. Carl Hezekiah is saying, I don't understand how this video relates to the prompt. We'll get to that in one quick second. Real Black Gentleman, what did you see?
I mean, I saw some young people controlling their territory. I mean, attempting to. How? Yeah, like Carl said, it's kind of like a disjointed situation. It's like, well, they're just out there. Something's wrong with that. Bring them back to Africa is like what I'm surmising. It's like, if you really want to do it, how do I say it? It's like, once again, it's like, we got here in smaller numbers, and you know what I'm saying, there's been multiplication. So it's not like, I guess, like, if you can somehow bring back, 1 million black people in the same way as we got them back, you could scale that up times 50. But I don't know how else to say it, you know what I'm saying? Black people need to like somehow get some boats and like seriously like be about some like, sailing, even if it's under the auspices of just, tourism, just moving black people across the ocean, by the thousands, that's how you would do it. You can do it with planes, but planes is hard, boats is easy. Relatively, like, you don't want to, if something happens in the, on the ocean, even though there's 6 miles to the bottom, you don't want to be, 6 miles above and then something bad happens. It's one of those things where it's like, You can get some lifeboats. I mean, that's how you do it. But I mean, part of it is just like Africa, you know what I'm saying, is always a part of us. So it's not like, you know what I'm saying, all you got to do is like actually like listen to people in Africa with this media and all that, you know what I'm saying, use this energy and try to tap into it and like figure out, you know what I'm saying, what's going on. I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, if they're trying to say that these people are not African, I mean, I can kind of question that. I mean, I suppose maybe they should be a bit more, maybe, I suppose, adult, I would say maybe a bit of adult structure with it, because it seems like, I mean, where are the adults? It seems like there are a whole bunch of young people, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily a bad thing to have young people out in the field. I mean, would you rather than be up in the house or, you know what I'm saying, out here in the field, you know what I'm saying, like trying to be, you know what I'm saying, active? I mean, I'm not going to sit here and just like shit on these young people, man. I'm not going to do it. Look at them. It's like, look, you want them to be, to have a stance about them, you know what I'm saying, in case, you know what I'm saying, the old phase, you know what I'm saying, ride through in that goofy. I mean, because it's that season. And so, like, yeah, I mean, you know, you're not going to get 50 million black people, you know what I'm saying? Whoever had that question is like, look, I mean, it's like, look, I mean, we can do it. I mean, it's not impossible. I mean, I do think that, you know, you should get some boats. You know what I'm saying? Scrap up's nice. You know what I'm saying? And boats are not cheap. You know what I'm saying? You don't want a cheap boat. If you can build it fresh, naturally, that's the best option. You know what I'm saying? Like, get some good you get some good, like, you know what I'm saying, X-ray technology, make sure the boat don't have no cracks, and you know what I'm saying, get a good engine on it, you know what I'm saying, get it floating forward, you know what I'm saying, out of hurricane season. Let's do it. Let's keep it pushing. I'm gonna pass the mic.
Appreciate that, real black gentleman. Let me mix it up this go around. Let me mix up the order. Oni, what say you to this?
Yeah, I don't know. Why would you want 50 million black people, 5 million to return? Anyway, yeah, like this is it's an interesting video. How do we repatriate 50 million in diaspora to Africa? I think this really comes back to, you know, whenever we talk about repatriation, somebody, or sometimes we always hear somebody say, you know, how are you going to do it? What's the logistics of, you know, getting everybody out? And then it comes back to that Garvey quote, which is, you don't want everybody out, you know, but then it also like shows us, somebody's echoing, by the way, but it also shows us that like the condition that a lot of us, a lot of our people are living in, you know, these are nice houses. But you know, better house than mine, obviously, right? I'm in New York City, but like you have, you know, kids just sitting around waiting to like protecting something, you know, like real black gentleman was saying, you know, that they protecting their territory, quote unquote, but like protecting it from what, you know. And that's what it really comes by. It's not like if we were talking like say if they were standing outside the not Disney building, but like the black equivalent of a Disney building, we'd be like, okay, that's just the, you know, the fruit of whatever, right? But like, what are they? Are they defending drug trafficking? You know, are they just like killing people for fun? I don't know. And then it also kind of shows us, you know, when we talk about, you know, the prison industrial complex, and you know, I think it was mentioned earlier, you know, if you killed somebody, I don't really care who you are, right? Some of these people are killing each other. Like a lot of these people are killing each other. Like if that boy, like toward the end of the video, there's another boy who comes in and he's just standing at a distance and he's showing off his firearm. If he came a little closer, they might have killed him. And then we would, you know, talk about, oh man, you know, too much gun violence in the city. And it's like, yeah, but why? You know what I'm saying? Like, and these are whole human lives wasting away. Like living it, like living this kind of, like, this is exciting life, you know, where you know, you see a bunch of people out, you know, singing and dancing, I guess, which is fun. And then, you know, they just end up shooting somebody who drives down the street, or they end up shooting somebody who felt like they need to show off their new firearm, you know, and then that's it. That's their life extinguished. And so, you know, again, we have to address the problem of underemployment. And it comes back to that. A long time ago, Koku did a presentation on, I can't remember what it was called, but he reading some paper about Africa's youth crisis and how eventually Africa is going to have this large youth population that's going to be underemployed, and it might turn to violence. Now, so far, I don't see the violence too much in Africa, but in America, we do see that violence. So the person who made the analysis, probably American, right? And they were saying, hey, look, a large underemployment problem might cause a large violence problem. We have it already. So the question of how do you get 50 million black folk, I don't think you want to. Because, unless there's some sort of need in Africa for this, right? I'm not saying there isn't, but unless there is some sort of need in Africa, and then it becomes like the question of what's going on in Ukraine about just a bunch of young people. Now these are white people, so nobody cares, but just a bunch of young people losing their lives over some meaningless quarrel. It could go Russia, right? That's it.
Ken Warrior says you got to start with education when it comes to this type of situation. Let's hear from Webb. On Webb, what's the?
Yeah, I get a little confused with the whole repatriate. To me, as studying Pan-Africanism as a whole, to me it never was about repatriation, right? The prefix pan literally means all or everything, all around, right? So I don't really, to me, these like bait questions, like, do you want to repatriate these, goons on the corner? Like, of course not. Why would you want everybody to go back to Africa? To me, that is a fallacy anyway. To me, I think the biggest thing you say is like, yo, you think all black people can go back to Africa and then white people gonna leave you alone? Like, where do you get this attitude of thinking that everybody's gonna go back to Africa, all black folk gonna go back to Africa, and we're just gonna live safe, free lives away from white people? It's gonna be great. We're gonna sing songs and campfires and rainbows. Like, that's not the way the world works. Even now, you know what I'm saying? You have so many bases. You have Russian troops. You have American troops. You have Chinese troops in Africa right now fighting over territory, right? They're conducting military strikes in Africa right now, right? Half the African nation only have Air Force. It's literally U.S. troops dropping bombs. But anyway, that's beyond the point. I believe, this area, I think I saw this video earlier and somebody was like, it's Columbus, Georgia. I've actually been to Columbus, Georgia, which is right on the border between Georgia and Alabama. It's like right there, literally on the border. First time I ever seen black people in trailers. Like, I always thought the trailer park myth was exclusive to white folk, and it's the first time I ever seen black folks in trailers. This is a very poor area you're talking about. These people probably don't even have nothing to do. There's no economy really there. I think the biggest thing there is probably Troy College. There's literally nothing there, right? So to me, you have a bunch of youth. I want to say black people have the highest youth unemployment rate of anybody. Probably don't have a job. Go back to Oni's point. Probably don't have an economy. 15% of this area is below the poverty line, right? The average in America, to put that in perspective, is like 11%. So this is higher than the average here. And so these people have nothing to do, and you notice when you watch this video, there's no elders out there. There's probably nobody over the age of 25 out there. Where are these people's uncles? Where are their fathers? Where are the elders in the area? You don't see any of that, right? Probably scared of these people themselves, right? So this to me is a societal failure. Whereas your people out there on some nonsense, and they're not terrorizing. This is not a major area where white folks is driving through and they protecting their area from the white folks in the area. The city is half black, literally 50% black. They're probably terrorizing other black people. You feel me? So to me, that's nonsense to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who tried to make that point earlier, but that's nonsense, bro. These are just dudes who ain't got nothing better to do, influenced by videos, influenced by no male structure in their life. Think this shit is cool, what they doing. And ain't got no OGs out there to even put them in check because they scared of going whatever. You know what I'm saying? So this is just a highlight of the failure. But I feel to me that the whole that how do we repatriate? That's clickbaity type of bullshit to me. Because you ain't trying to, you need to, like Umar said, so many people need to be put to sleep, man. Like, you just can't save everybody, yo. Some of these people is gone, bro. Some of these people gone, yo. So that's all I got, man.
Yeah, I feel you on that, Web. I one of the things I've talked about a lot in the past on my platform is this notion that people perpetuate that, oh, these kids are so poor, or it's the poverty that makes them do it. It's there's some reason, and when you really get down to it, and you talk to some of these kids in these little scenes, they do it because it's fun, man. They do it because their friends are out there. It has nothing to do with a plate of food or lacking a plate of food. I'll tell you, you see this in New York City a bunch. These guys who are out here, these in groups like, similar to this on the screen, these guys aren't struggling for food. These guys are getting the gals they want. They getting the food they want. They doing this stuff because it's just fun. And as I would put it, as Webb would put it, it's just low energy, low vibrational type shit. It's easy to do. And so folks do it. You getting fed, you getting women, right? There's no consequences unless the law, the authorities get involved. And even then, these guys don't mind going to jail. In fact, I have two nephews that went to prison out here. And one of the things they told me upon coming back, they were like, to be honest, it was fun. We were hanging out with our homies in there. So, we really have to tackle what is it really that's creating this phenomenon. A love of people, a love of friends, a love of like, what is the real nitty-gritty thing? Because it's not this economic thing that a lot of people like to point out. Sure, there's poverty here. Webb just pointed out it's higher than the average, but look at the fit that a lot of these guys have on. Like, these guys are eating. They're not malnourished. These guys are eating. They're surviving. What is it really at the heart of it that causes this stuff? But I digress. Let me go to the Buana combat. Let me go to Buana.
Yeah, so I am reminded about, I don't know why I focus on Hitler for some reason, but in Germany, Hitler created a term, but this guy, Goebbels, created this term called useless eaters. Useless eaters. And they coined that term against the Jews as a prelude to extermination. To say these people have no use in society, therefore we should get rid of them. Now, I ain't gonna be hard on. I understand the sentiment of the brothers. I understand the sentiment. Because when you see this, you see these guys with no purpose, and you say, well, why are these guys even breathing? They're useless. You know what I mean? But I love my brothers. I love my brothers. Even though they're ignorant, even though they're misinformed, I love my brothers. And I think in my mind, you could take some of these men and you could turn them into plumbers, you could turn them into electricians, you could turn them into carpenters. That's a possibility. I understand the society where they are right now may be impoverished, but I don't know, man. I think that they need to take. I think that they need to take a chance on themselves, man. You know what I mean? Go learn a small trade and leave that area. Leave that area. It's not providing you anything constructive, and the only place you're gonna end up is in somebody's morgue. You know what I mean? So you need to equip yourself with something that you could use to trade for something that'll be beneficial to yourself in the future. And I understand the young brothers are purposeless. I can't say that this picture is limited to Atlanta, Georgia, because I just see it when I go in to get my cigar. A bunch of young men on the corner with purposeless will have nothing to do, and my heart breaks. I feel like a failure, me personally, because I feel like, man, what I wish that I could pull one of these dudes aside and say, man, I get this opportunity for you. Would you like to take it? Would you like to take it? I could put some money in your pocket and make you look at life a little bit different. You know what I mean? And I'm working on that, by the way. I'm working on that. But I am not as nihilistic and hopeless for these young men. I wish the best for their lives. Right now, they are at a point in their lives where they feel hopeless and they find camaraderie amongst other hopeless people. But I believe that they could pull up their socks and they could change their lives. You know what I mean? They're in an America is the so-called wealthiest country in the world with all kind of assistance or where you could change your life. These guys standing on the corner with military assault weapons. And you know what's crazy about this? If the police was to drive their car through there, everybody's scared. But if I was to simply walk through that area, they pulling guns on me, and having me doing all kind of ridiculous things for their entertainment. This is unfortunate. But
I was going to ask you after you were done, are you walking through that corner?
Absolutely not, because I know, like I say, you're dealing with very ignorant human beings, extremely ignorant human beings. So for that and self-hating human beings. So for that entertainment, they can do certain things just to make me look ridiculous for that entertainment. But I believe though, because I don't think that these guys are innately evil. I believe that they've been socialized in a way that to look at life in a certain way. But I believe that the possibility exists for them to look at life differently. If they was to be awarded another kind of opportunity, they need to give themselves a chance. I think that they need to give themselves a chance. And you living in the wealthiest place and the wealthiest economy in the world where you could do that. There are places in the world you can't afford yourself the opportunity to change your life and change your life purpose. But where you living right now in Atlanta, Georgia, you could change your reality just by learning a simple trade and offering it to people who are willing to pay. You wouldn't have to stand on the corner with us. They probably don't even have no bullets. Bullets are expensive, by the way. People don't know that. Bullets are expensive. So I don't know, man. I wish them well, for the future. And like I say, I ain't as nihilistic as some of the brothers. I understand their positions though, but I wish them well. I'll leave it at that.
Anybody else want to add any last thoughts?
Yeah, I got something real quick in response to what Bonner said. I'm from the west side of Chicago, as many have pointed out. I have a whole mantle in my house with young brothers I done had to bury, had to do collections for them, right? The youngest being 17, you feel me? Like my little brother. This was almost like my little brother, my best friend buried, right? I've been on corners with mass murderers, yo. These people not hesitate to kill you, bro. Okay. We need to start being realistic. We can be idealistic all we want. Okay, but once you hit a certain age and you've killed a certain amount of people, what was the rap name? I know people who knew King Von from Chicago, popular rap. This dude had at least 7 supposedly, allegedly bodies before he was taken out, And when you get to a certain point, when you not saying everybody is hopeless, right? I would never say that, right? But when you get to a certain point, I'm not playing no games with these people, bro, because they will kill you. Okay. I've been on corners with serial killers, and these people will not hesitate to take you out, yo. So we need this whole like idealistic, we can save everybody is worth a chance. These people will kill you and everybody you love, bro. For the clout, not even for no money. Like at least back in the 80s, 90s, when people was killing for drug money, you know what I'm saying? Killing for corners. They killing for clout. There was no reason. You talk about YNW Melly. It was zero reason he killed his homeboy. Those was his friends. Those was his best friends. And he shot him. They don't even have a motive for it. That's why it's so hard to prosecute the case, because they like, why did he even kill him? He just felt like killing him. You know what I'm saying? So to me,
harsh reality said he standing in the corner with mass murderers. That's crazy.
Word is born. I'm not even like, yo, what tell you about it? What tell you about it? I've been at Burger King with dudes who was on the most wanted list in Indiana. for and told me stories about it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not of this. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe if you come from a place where you're not used to that and you can't understand that, right? That's beyond your scope to hear what these people say to you and the stories that they'll share with you. You feel me? But yo, once you hear that, man, some of these people are beyond saving at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
maybe it is beyond me, brother. I just don't understand it like you do. Like you say, you from the south side of Chicago, man. I never started. Maybe I might have. I never started in the corner with mass murderers. Can't claim that. You know what I mean? So maybe you understand it in a way that I don't.
Let me put that on there, bro.
allegedly. But I never walk in them kind of shoes. So maybe I don't understand it the way that you do. So maybe my vision is a little bit. It's different. It's just different.
Yeah, I feel you. And like I said, I'm not trying to come at you. Show you hard. I just have a difference of opinion on that issue. But man, I'm not of the attitude of throw everybody away either, right? I do believe that, but you gotta want to change. You know what I mean? I don't believe a lot of these people want to change. I think Goku hit on it earlier. They think it's fun. This is their lifestyle. You get girls, you get women. You don't have to go to a 9 to 5, right? Once you go to prison a couple times, they used to it. You feel me? That's their lifestyle. So, that's what I got, bro. That's all I got. I'm going to get up out of here for the sake of time. That's all I got, bro.
I appreciate that, Webb. Yeah, we have 8 minutes left. I don't think we have time to do the last topic justice. So if anyone wants to expand on any thoughts here, I saw Provide Triggers in the chat was talking about Africa is not a utopia. She mentioned how there are people who are no good in Africa, who are there already. And I think we don't talk about that. Yeah.
Coco.
Yeah, go ahead.
Coco. That last video is about the prison. That's powerful, brother. That's powerful, man. Anyways, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. If you guys are for it, we could do the last topic. But now's the time to speak up. If you're for it, we could do the last topic.
I'm for it. It's about the prison guy. I'm for it.
Yeah, go for it, man. Go for it.
All right, then. So without further ado, shout out to MG2. Shout out to MG2, Person Kid 21. Shout out to Black Beauty, who joined us. Shout out to all y'all who are here. And Black Beauty said, leave them behind. Yeah. You can't take everyone. That's a fact. Let's shoot the breeze topic number 6, the final topic tonight. I was told to do 8 minutes of this video, so shoot the breeze topic number